Hezekiah. Say, Lord, look how faithful I have been. Why do I need to suffer? How can my children fail not to go to school? And I spoke to my wife and said, we shall obey God, but our children must go to school. But we have to obey God and His word, because our heart is in God. Take note of this. Those who go out weeping, carrying a seed to sow, will return with joy. That's what I'm saying. The tithers, God blesses those who actively and faithfully tithe to His work. But again, this is let's take you to the book of Deuteronomy 15:23. When we tithe, we reference God. It is an honor. It is an honor. Deuteronomy 14:23. I'm trying to do feet quickly. Yes. Eat the tithes of your grain, new wine and olive oil, and the firstborn of your heads, and flock in the presence of the Lord your God at the place we choose as dwelling for His name, so that you may learn and reference the Lord your God always. Another one, God was telling Israel, bring that thing in my house. And because you are the children of my house, you will never miss to eat what is in the house. And when you eat it in my presence, I rejoice, and you honor me. Tithing is reverencing God, is honoring God. My son, you can preach and sing, but you have a problem with the tithing, you failed the mark of love for God. You failed the mark of being a servant. You failed the mark of a true worshiper. The heart, where your money is, that's where your heart is. Don't deceive yourself. Can I say to us that tithing with the heart is all about relationship? Write down. Tithing with the heart is all about relationship. We grow in our relationship with God, the more the reality will show up in our financial lives. That's right. Tithing with the heart is all about relationship. It's all about relationship. We grow in our relationship with God, the more this reality will show up in our financial lives. If you see someone who loves the Lord, check his or her giving. It's not by words. Hawa watu wananiabudu kwa kinywa chao, na roho yao haimo ndani yangu. You can sing louder, you can preach, but if we check your line of giving, then we can say you are not growing love. You don't love God, because we give to those we love. Our relationship with God, giving is a relationship. We give to the people we love. That's why God said, whatever you do, do it with your heart. Show me love. Show me love. And that's why when Abraham shown love to God, he said, you have shown how much you love me by not denying me your son. And the relationship grew. And God knew that this man can be a man after my own heart. He found David a giver, a man who ought to build the temple of God by himself, and collected all the materials and challenged people to give to God. And he said, I found a man after my own heart who will do what I say. Are we that kind of church, like the Macedonian church, that were really in a position because they gave themselves to God? They're having a relationship. Giving is a relationship. And through the way we grow, it is manifest in our lives of giving. Our growth in God is not based on how much we know, but how much we do. You can know the Bible from chapter 1 to the last chapter like the devil, but it does not exercise the Bible. It's not about knowledge of the Bible. It's about the exhibition of the knowledge that you already embrace. And how do we do it? In the areas of giving. It becomes so practical. Inaonyesha wasi. And that's why we must tell God, search our hearts and make us become good givers. Tithing is the starting line in Christian financial management. Tithing is the starting line in Christian financial management. The starting line of Christian financial management, and how do I manage the finances that God's given me? It is only seen through tithing. Then you said, I am a manager of God's finances. But when tithing becomes a problem to you, you disqualify yourself to be a manager of God's wealth. It is the baseline. In fact, 10% is the least of our giving. Some of us should have gone into 20, 30, 40. But we are still struggling with the 10%. Someone say, if 10% is a problem, why don't we reverse it, Kevin? We reverse. Since 10% you consider ndugu yangu, reverse. Let's go reverse it. How do we do it, Bilepena? Kama 10% ndio shida kwako, sasa peana naye kibaki na 10. Yes, because if 10 is a problem, why don't you reverse it? But God is so faithful to say that, my child, I know your expenses, I know your need. I'm only taking 10% out of what I've given to you. But you still struggle, you still steal from 10%. You unakata ile key every month, and you are block your head, and you are cutting yourself away from God. Don't be deceived. God cannot be mocked. What a man sows is what a man will do what? Will reap. I think you need to read that one. Galatians chapter 6, verse number 6. Read. What you sow is what you reap. Don't be deceived. Galatians 6:6. There are people that want knowledge. They don't want to even be spoken to. But thank God for you. Nevertheless, the one who receives instruction in the word should share all good things with their instructor. I know that's very important. That's why when sometime now you have been preached to, it is better to share the goodness of the thing of God because we have taught you. That is not asking you too much, but that's what the Bible asks you. When you are blessed out of this word I'm speaking, it is important that when you come by the door, you share the blessing. Don't eat it alone. Verse 7. Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Usidanganyike, Kristo mwenzangu. Utavuna kile ulichopanda. Na usikasirike ukipanda kibaya, utavuna kibaya. And the one way of sowing is tithing and offerings. Friends, Christian financial management, God wants us not only to tithe, but also to be generous givers, both to his ministry, his servants, and his people. Listen, God does not only want you to tithe. After you have the time you come before God, God look at you as the one that will make sure that his work moves, but again facilitate his servant.